And a very good evening and welcome to Norwich on this spooky live. Gabby is also joining me tonight as we take a walk around Norwich. I'm not going to do a spooky laugh. Do a spooky laugh, Gabby.
How was that?
Bit too close to the mic. So we're outside Norwich Castle at the moment. What we're going to do is we're going to be walking around some spooky locations around Norwich, some of which are haunted, some are speculative to be fair, and we're also going to be going to one of the oldest pubs in Norwich, and some say even in England, and it is amazing. I've actually never come across this pub before, so that is going to be very exciting. If you are brand new here, please make sure you give the video a thumbs up. It helps us out, and if you haven't already, please remember to subscribe. So this is an As Live. This was recorded last night. Me and Gabby do the commentary over it because there's lots of facts I want to make sure that I get right. We're going to be heading first of all towards Norwich Market, down some of the back lanes of the city centre as well. Let's say hello to Belvedere, hello to Foxy B, David NW, Joey B, Mark Wells is in the chat. Good evening to Crispy, hello to you, hello to Andy Mullaney, hi to Paul, hello to A Simpson, happy Halloween, hello to Sharon, good evening to Suzanne, Pike on a Trike is here as well.
Hello to John Rolfe. Hello to Philip Wheeler. Big Toe Dan. That's an unusual name. Northern Soul Dancer. Intoxicated Days. Ian Laker. Jonathan Dwyer, if I said that right. And our mods this evening. KK Crispy. And all our channel members. 50 Nick Cooper. Scared? Lol. Lisa Maid. Stanbridge. Joni. Selena. Joey B. Gary Ross, Susan Jones. Oh, if we've missed anybody, we do apologise. Try and get everyone in as best as we can.
Okay, so what we're going to do first is we're going to be heading to Norwich Market. There are some spooks that apparently haunt Norwich Market. Gabby, are you aware of any of these spooks that haunt the market?
Actually, no, I'm not aware.
Now, apparently there's supposed to be a cloaked figure that is supposed to walk around the market at around about midnight. I say around about midnight because it's always, that's what I read online. Around about midnight there is supposed to be a dark figure that walks the little alleyways of Norwich Market. Now, obviously it's 8 minutes past 6 on a Sunday night. We probably won't see him, but Norwich Market, of course, dates back to the Victorian era. It's been here for a very long time. Obviously, it's gone through so many different changes, but it's just really spooky walking around like this.
Things do feel a bit spooky when they're closed, don't they?
That's probably because it's
like
Halloween.
Ghost town.
Jonathan Dyer, good evening. Hello to Teresa. Welcome to the stream. Also, I must apologise, David NW, sorry I missed that because just before we went live. Thank you very much for your super chat. And Leanne Spampamato. Leanne, did you get your mug that I sent you? Please let me know if you got your mug. You should have received it. I like what Norwich have done for Halloween on City Hall. You wouldn't see this in many places, but I think Halloween's grown bigger and bigger. So they've got some pumpkins and some spiders. We'll see those in just a little bit. There's a door here to the right hand side which I've never understood what is in there. I'd love to know if you can tell me in the comments if you've been to Norwich. It's locked obviously, so we can't go in there. Maybe it's just some kind of storage, but there's a window here which is really spooky. No, I'm not gonna, no. Not on Halloween, I'm not. James says,
you are such a wimp.
Hi Tim and Gabby, please shout out to Laura, Charlotte, Debbie, Brian, Bethany and Phil McCracken watching from Scotland. Good evening. This looks so eerie.
Judith says,
see the red lights of the castle there, look. Happy Halloween, Jonathan.
I never know when to talk to him because every time I get to talk you talk over me. And then you leave a blank bit for me to talk, and then I go and talk, and then you still talk over me.
Well, it's only because some parts of the video, as I said, I need to talk over. So, Red Sheep Zen, thank you very much for your £2 super chat. Leanne said, yes, I got my mug. Thank you so much for it. At least it didn't break, because I've had reports of some mugs breaking. This is City Hall tonight, looking beautiful. I think, can you see the spiders?
God, they look really good, don't they?
They're actually blowing in the wind a little bit as well. It's kind of, it's really freaky.
Eerie. I'm surprised they didn't do like a hologram shining up on it like they have done before.
Yeah, that would have been good, actually.
That would have been really good.
Happy Halloween,
Tip for
Lewis.
next year, guys. Yeah, happy Halloween to everybody. I can see that I'm just looking through the chat now, and there's a lot of people saying happy Halloween, and happy Halloween back to you also.
Look at those spiders that wiggling. It looks so good. I want one of those.
We didn't really trim our house up very well this year.
We haven't even carved a pumpkin.
Oh, I know. I'm like, I'll do it tomorrow. Oh no, Halloween's over tomorrow.
Jonathan says happy Christmas. You got the day wrong, Jonathan. Scully, good evening to you. Hello to Ali Ryan. Happy Halloween, Ali. Hope you're okay. So we're also going to be taking a trip down towards Elm Hill, which if you may or may not know about Elm Hill, it's one of the oldest streets in Norwich. Look at that with the castle in the background. And also haunted tales are aplenty down that particular road. We'll also be going to an area that used to be open for plague pit victims, obviously all those years ago, and some say it's one of the most haunted streets in Norwich. I say one, there's more.
Murder at Bedtime with Lyndon says, I want a mug, Tim and Gabby. Do I have to spend some money?
Yes. You can, but oh, look at that pumpkin. That is so cool.
That is cool.
I'll tell you what, if just a link below the video where the merch is, you can actually get a mug from there. If not, you might be able to win one. You never know.
Yeah, if anyone puts in for the super chat, do you still do that? If they put in for the super chat,
I do, but I need to take a break from it because of the mugs.
Because of the mugs?
The mug situation, yeah. I'm out of mugs at the moment.
Oh,
I need to get some more.
Oh, okay. So you take a break from it.
Yeah.
Socks instead, maybe?
Socks. This church, do you know what this church is called? I can't. Gabby, do you know what this church is called?
That's a cathedral, isn't it?
No, it's not the cathedral, no. I forgot what name this church is.
I
but
don't know.
They've
I
got,
don't know my churches very well.
They've got something very special in here, which is here for the next week, I believe. You'll be able to see a floating globe of the Earth. Now, I was trying to figure out how I get in there. I'll get a little bit closer in just a second. I just realised, is this gate open? Hang on. Yes, it does. As I walk in, they did something like this. There was like a big thing with this years ago, going and touring around where you could see the Earth and stuff like that. I don't know if this is the actual big one, but that looks pretty good. And I think that finishes tonight.
That's pretty cool.
John Webster, thanks very much for your £1.49
Thank you,
super
John.
chat.
Also, a big happy Halloween to Frank Smehurst's wife. Happy Halloween to you.
Zach, you say this is post-commentary. Well, no, this is live commentary. The video was recorded last night. For safety reasons, I didn't want to go out on Halloween. I didn't want to get egged or flowered.
And he was a little bit scared.
No, it's got nothing to do with that.
Yeah,
it was also just to do with work and timing.
Did you know that Tim won't even watch a horror film with the lights out?
Let's not go into that.
Because he's scared. And he sometimes has to mute horror films at certain parts in case it's a bad omen.
Hello to Darren Palmer, who's come over from the Night Striders channel. Thank you. What did you say?
I love the way you just changed the subject then. You just changed
I see.
it.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to walk towards, it's not Chapelfield, it's, what's it called now? It's gone through so many different changes. There was a shopping centre here, and when it was getting developed about 20 years ago.
Chantley Place.
Chantley Place, that's it.
Chantry?
There was like a well or a lift shaft that was discovered with about 4 or 5 bodies in it, which is really spooky. Nobody knows why or how this came to be. Belvedere says, has Tim had his baby lolly today?
Well, you do know the story about the baby lollies, right?
Okay, well, we ain't going to talk about that because it's Halloween. We're not talking about baby lollies right now because what's the point?
You never want to talk when you're the subject, do you? You know. He's got splits instead.
Blimey hell. Your Norfolk accent is so broad sometimes.
Because Tesco's had to substitute, so he's got splits, but he does like them, don't you?
I do. Anyway, back to the video, and obviously what's a bit weird about this part of the video, yes, we're walking through a graveyard, but you're going to see some Christmas lights, so just phase that out of your mind because it's Halloween, but yes, there are Christmas lights already up here at the shopping centre. Just talking about horror films, yeah, I like to have the lights on.
You're a coward.
Because it's just tempting
says.
fate, you know. It's just tempting negative energy.
I love it. I don't think it's the same if you have the lights on. You don't get the same effect. You've got to feel the aura and the vibes around you. You've got to feel it. By the way, if anyone's got any good horror movie suggestions, please put them forward, because me and Tim are always desperate. We've watched them all, most of them, so please come up with one that we haven't seen yet, because I want to watch them tonight.
Now, sorry about this, but I thought I'd walk through these because it's quite... why is it so nice just for the eyes and for the mind and the body to walk through the stars? I don't know. It's Halloween. It's weird. If you've just joined us right now, don't worry. We're going to be going to a lot more spooky places, but if you've ever been to this shopping centre, there is a plaque here at Chantry Place. Now, this is basically a memorial for the bodies that were found in, I believe it was a lift shaft. I'm just trying to show you here on the screen. I don't know if you can see the actual writing, but it was when it was being developed back in 2004, I believe. Yeah, that was it, the construction of the Inchu. It was 6 adults and 11 children were discovered there, which is really eerie, isn't it? Nobody knows why.
That is eerie. I'm really sorry. You're gonna have to forgive me because I wasn't listening to you because I was reading the chat.
Okay, this is the problem when I invite Gabby. When I invite Gabby on one of these, I say to her, "Look, before you come on, Gabby, you'll just go off on a tangent and start talking about ice lollies and that." And the whole purpose of this video is we're doing a Halloween walk.
Well, it's not me; it's them. They start it.
Chandler's Bing Bong, Salem's Lot is the scariest movie of all time. Never heard of that. We'll have to check that out. Cara, I didn't know about that. I used to love watching Most Haunted, so I'll have to check that out. They're not on proper TV anymore, are they? They're on like social media and stuff like that. Hello, if you're going to be turning the lights off when we go down towards Elm Hill. In fact, actually, it might be better if you do turn the lights off if you are in a dark place, because you'll be able to see the screen a lot better. Suzanne says, love The Shining, but yeah, we've seen that. And in fact, we're going to be going into a hotel here in Norwich that reminds me of the movie The Shining. Stand by for that, especially the corridors and the carpet. You'll know exactly what I mean. It is so spooky. Hi, Tim and Gabby. Loving your Norwich walk from Mark and Nat in Liverpool. Good evening.
Good evening to you.
Do you like the ghosts? You missed them, didn't you?
Is that a computer effect? Because I just caught the last bit.
Yeah, I just put ghosts up every so often.
Oh, that's nice.
You also missed, if you watched it from the beginning, you might have missed a little animation bit at the beginning that I put on there as well. Hello, Helen. Thanks very much for joining us on the live stream. If you'd like to give a super chat, of course, it's much appreciated. It helps support the channel. It's that little box that has a $sign in it. And of course, if you'd like to become a channel member, the link is in the description. Debs, thank you very much for your £1.49 super chat.
Oh, thank you very much, Debs. That's really nice.
Oh, blimey. Now, that looked closer than it was. I can assure you I was still quite away from that car, but it was an electric car and I didn't blooming hear it. But yeah, that was very close.
Oh my God, that happened to me around the corner the other day.
Good evening, Ross.
I was walking across to come to our house and an electric car was coming around the corner and couldn't hear it coming.
Yeah, apparently they're supposed to have sounds in them. This is very eerie round here. So this part of Norwich, I don't know if you're familiar with it, but it's basically, there's like a brain and some a lot of people congregate around here and do live music and all that kind of stuff. But it's weird sculptures that are here. You'll see them in just a moment. Murder at Bedtime with Lyndon. Thank you very much for your £4.49 super chat. Really appreciate that.
Thank you. That's really kind.
Love the ghost emojis.
I don't know if you heard, but obviously he's not doing the super chats with the mugs tonight. Because
well, I didn't say I was. What are you're trying to get me in a hole?
Murder at Bedtime wanted a mug. Walk with me.
What are you doing?
We said we do the thing with the super chats and then we pick one out, but you said that you have an arrest from that at the moment. But I just wanted to make sure that he knew, just in case he thought he was in with a chance of winning the mug.
Make it awkward, because now he's going to be like, on a refund.
I want my £4.49 back. That's a
dear.
pumpkin spice latte, that is.
Yeah, I know. Paul, I will be showing you something very spooky in Norwich. Stand by. We're going into a hotel. We're also going to be going to one of the oldest pubs in Norwich as well, and one of the oldest streets. And I've got all of my my research, hopefully, done. So we're just walking past Norwich Market again. I do like walking down here at night. There's something quite calming around Norwich Market when there's no one around. Don't you agree? Tracy says, hello Tim and Gabby, loving the walk. Hope you catch something spooky. You never know. You'll have to let me know when we go towards Norwich Cathedral, because there's a haunted figure that walks around there. Now apparently I heard that the Grand Mall here is also haunted by a lady in red, apparently. Let us know in the comments if you've heard of that before. So let's hit the thumbs up. It helps me out enormously, guys. 135 thumbs up. 400 people watching right now as we're walking through the spooky streets of Norwich to see if we can find something scary. Oh, Sarah, that's interesting. There was a program called History Cold Cases, which investigated children down the well. Oh, I didn't. I'll have to look at that. Interesting. There's one of my favourite old pubs in Norwich, just to the left there, actually, which is quite nice and very spooky to go in of an evening. Gerald's has already got some Christmas decorations up. If you don't want to see them, I suggest you look away now. Lance, this was filmed last night, and obviously we're live right now. Good evening, Julie. Thanks for joining us. Obviously this was filmed on a Saturday night, so you'll probably see a few people walking around in ghostly attire, so don't get confused.
There used to be a River Island down there, didn't there?
You are. You're just hilarious.
I remember it.
I tell you what, if you've ever wanted to eat somewhere really posh in Norwich, coming up here is the same famous Ivy restaurant as in London, but it's now here in Norwich. And in fact, Gabby, if you're a good girl, maybe one day I'll take you there. It's very posh. You haven't heard about it, but this is London Street.
Don't you think that carrying a child for 9 months deserves a treat to go there?
Oh, well, you can't take kids in there. It's too expensive.
No, we'll get Mum or Lucy to have the baby.
Deb said, my son went to
Holly.
school on Friday. Deb dressed as a Lego brick. It took me 3 weeks to make. Wow, amazing.
What's
a Lego
that for
brick.
Halloween? Like a spooky Lego brick?
Well, let's face it, Halloween isn't necessarily just about spooky stuff anymore. It's about weird, crazy stuff, isn't it? It's a bit loud down here. Mark Wells, thank you very much for your super sticker.
Oh, look, he's put up a picture of Smidge. Oh, thanks, Mark. That's really nice. Lynn says The Lady in White is a good film. Oh, I've seen The Lady in Black, not The Lady in White.
Is that the follow-up?
I don't know. I've seen The Lady in Black.
Maybe.
A Woman in Black.
Hello, Jonathan. Yes, you don't need to say that 3 times. I did see your message.
Hi, Tim. Hi, Tim. Hi, Tim.
Good evening.
Hi, Jonathan. Hi,
don't
Jonathan.
spam
Hi, Jonathan.
Good evening, John Major. Films last night. Did you go to the beer festival at the Halls? Oakwood? No, I didn't. I was obviously filming this. I will tell you where I will be filming this week, of course, a little bit later on in the stream, but things are going to get very dark and eerie in just a little bit. We've kind of got to walk to this next location, which is one of... which is surprisingly, you know, it's amazing how Norwich is so busy like this on a Saturday night, but then when you go down Elm Hill, it is completely stepping back in time, completely deserted and rather scary as well. I don't know if anybody lives down Elm Hill anymore. I think they're all shops, but it looks very dark. Angela says, on the market in them doors are toilets. Are they really?
Hey.
For stall holders. So they stock...
Oh, you learned something.
So there's thanks, Angela. There's me. Oh, there's the cozy club. Lovely club that is. There's me thinking that that's something spooky. Hey, Clifton, thank you very much, buddy, for your $9.99 super chat. Thank you.
Thank you, Clinton. That's very kind.
Very kind of you.
Very kind.
It's about £4.50, that is. Yes, John, definitely.
Lewis says, Tim and Gabby, please can you give me a shout out? I'm not well, but watching this has cheered me up. Well, big shout out to you, Lewis. Hope you get well soon.
Hope you get well, Lewis. Hope it's not the C word and just maybe slightly under the weather.
Awkward. I just wanted to get you back.
Are you drunk?
I've had some of these chew sweets actually for Halloween. Like, we buy chew sweets every year, but no one ever trick or treats at our house, so I end up eating them, and I'm eating them. So maybe it's a sugar rush. I don't know.
Suzanne said they used to be public toilets. Now it's storage for the stall holders. I wonder if they're cleaning it out beforehand, because it probably does smell a little bit. Now this road is obviously going to be very busy on a Saturday night, and you probably will hear lots of revelers, Halloween revelers. going up and down here towards Prince of Wales. I wonder if Prince of Wales Road is still as busy, but we're going to be heading towards Tombland and Elm Hill. But I think our first location we are going to go to is Elm Hill. I'm getting confused where I am. Hello Andy, thank you very much. Zach, no one ever trick-or-treats around mine either. You got to bear in mind actually that depending on where you live, trick-or-treating is frowned upon in some areas, especially when there's elderly people, because you can scare people, you know, if they're nervous and they don't like people knocking on the door this time of night. It spooks them. You don't like it, do you?
I love it when
Holly doesn't. She's like, someone's at the door.
I love getting trick-or-treaters, and like obviously I don't like the rough ones, but I like, you know, the ones that are sincere, and I like to give them sweets, but we never do. We put pumpkins out and everything. We never get anyone.
So somebody just mentioned about Elm Hill, and where is that? I've just missed that message. I'll have to try and find that. There's a grey lady that haunts Tombland. Okay, so we're now approaching Elm Hill, which is very eerie, very dark, and it feels like you go back into a movie set. So if you haven't been to Norwich, you might recognise it. It's been a filming location for the Christmas sensation last year, which we thought was a bit boring actually, Jingle Jangle, and probably one of the prettiest streets in England. This looks so spooky. Look at this with this church and the light coming through there.
I remember us actually doing a live walk around there actually.
Now this is another reason why the pre-record was recorded, because of the signal issues around here. So this is why I did it. But this is one of the most famous streets in England. Has not been touched for years, even through all the bombing and stuff like that in the World Wars. I think there was a little bit of damage, but it remained unscathed. But I don't know if anybody lives in any of these houses anymore. Are they all literally kind of just shops? But it's also got a dark side. There's sightings of 3 different ghosts here. One of them, one of the worst fires in the city, almost destroyed Elm Hill back in 1507. And apparently the Britain Arms was the only building to escape it. A family was trapped inside their house, which today is the site of the Strangers Club during the fire. The father managed to help out. His wife and children escaped in time, but he unfortunately lost his life in the fire.
Oh gosh.
Patrons of the club and the staff have also reported hearing footsteps upstairs in the snooker room, even though no one is there. This is believed to be the ghost of the father apparently who perished in the fire.
Do you believe in ghosts then, Tim?
Yes, I've seen a ghost.
Have you though, or are you dreaming?
No. This is what we're asking in the poll at the top. Have you ever seen a ghost? At the moment,
Majority of them have said no though.
66% say no.
I was one of them actually.
What, a ghost?
No. One of the people that said no.
See, this street is timeless. It really is amazing. Like you say, it did suffer with a fire back in 1507, but obviously since then it's been built back up to its former glory, and it's one of those most, in fact it's probably used 3 or 4 times a year for TV, films, all that kind of stuff. But I don't know if anybody lives down here, but you know, as we just pan up there, these are 3 floors.
Park your car.
There's 3 floors. People drive down here though, which I find weird, because it's like they use it as a bit of a rat run.
What's a rat run
To get from one side of that side of the city to the other.
Okay, well, if you know what you're doing. Oh, just quickly, Tim and Gabby, can you say hello to the kids, Jonas and Thea? We love watching all your videos together. Big hello to you too. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching. So we're just going to leave Elm Hill behind, and I think next we're going to go to a hotel. The Maids Hotel we're going to go to, in fact. I'm actually going to walk in there because it really is a lovely hotel, but a part of it reminds me of The Shining. You'll see why in just a moment. 175 thumbs up. Please hit the thumbs up. It helps us out enormously.
Judith says, I had a ghost. Judith says, I had a ghost in an apartment I lived in. Did you actually see it, Judith, or were you just having like weird experiences? Let us know in the comments. Because if you did see it, I want to know about
Spooky.
it. Yeah.
The flashing
I'd like to hear
lights.
about all your stories.
Jamie McGregor, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Jamie. Anyone else just joined us tonight? Terry C.
John says, I've not seen a ghost but felt a cold spot in my late grandmother's house after my grandfather passed away. This is also out the church on my right. So much history. In fact, it kind of blows my mind how parts of Norwich, how old it actually dates back to. I mean, the 1300s, 1400s. It's just crazy. Here on the left, though, we're going to be going into the Maids Head Hotel. So there is a couple of ghosts in this hotel. I don't think they actually reside in any of the specific rooms. But if you've never been in this hotel, it really is lovely.
Your shadow.
Can you? This looks really spooky, Gabby. You need to watch this. Just
okay.
When we go through the corridors, this kind of does freak me out a little bit. It's a little bit like The Shining, with the colour of the carpets. Not necessarily dated back to the 70s. The carpets, I'm sure they're very modern, but it just does look very spooky. Ooh. So, believe it or not, this hotel dates back more than 800 years. It claims to be the oldest hotel in the UK.
That's like the shining carpet, isn't it?
This is what I mean. It claims to be the oldest hotel in the UK. While Queen Elizabeth did not stay in the hotel during her visit to Norwich, it's believed she attended a banquet here. It's also a Grade 2 listed building and is home to two ghosts, which apparently is the Grey Maid and a former mayor of Norwich.
Judith says, sorry, what? But I'm allowed to eat a sweet?
No, you can't. Not with the microphone, because it sounds really bad.
Tim.
So
I'm being deprived here.
She doesn't understand. So look at these carpets. This really does remind me of the...
They do look good, but just 1 second, Tim. Judith says, I heard the ghost and even communicated with it and saw it. And then Elaine Bain says, I saw a ghost at 17 and heard one when I was 29.
Wow. Just look at this. Here you go. This is like from the scene.
Diane Thompson used to work
this
in
is like the scene from The Shining.
She will know
look.
if she's seen anything.
You can imagine the two girls right at the end.
But to be fair, that does look a bit like a Premier Inn, but with different colours.
Don't ruin it for me. So let's talk about the Grey Maid, because the Grey Maid has been seen around the hotel. It's a former hotel maid, apparently wearing a grey uniform, which is no longer used by current staff. She's been spotted wandering around the hotel. She's said to be in her late 60s, but no one knows exactly who she is. What I find freaky is, just have a walk up here. Just walking through the hotel is just really spooky. I apologise if you're staying here.
I thought I saw a ghost, but it was your shadow.
It was my shadow. So the Grey Maid is also accompanied by a lavender scent. So if you see the Grey Maid, you should smell some kind of... Oh, hang on. No. Freaked me out a second.
A ghost was like flickering the lights.
Apparently, though, she peers into bedrooms. She goes to the downstairs bar, then she disappears into the cellars.
But she goes in the bedrooms?
Apparently,
while people are in it? Like
her visit
a shower or a bit of hanky-panky.
Her visit tends to happen when work is being done on the building, leading staff to believe she's just making sure that the standards are being maintained for old time's sake.
Diane used to work there. So, Diane, have you seen anything in your experience?
What, she's worked at this hotel?
Yeah, Diane Thompson says, I used to work in the Maid's Head. I want to know if she's actually come across anything.
Have you? I just love the fact that you can get lost just going through all the corridors and all the stairs. It just really does remind me of a very spooky house. Just like The Shining. And also, a previous mayor of Norwich is set to haunt these rooms. As I'm trying to work my way back out again, I think it's up here.
Diane has commented and put, got locked in one of the rooms while I was there, was told it was a ghost. How long were you locked in there, Diane?
Blimey, that's scary.
Yeah, I want to know. I want to know more. Tell me more.
But honestly, this is a lovely hotel. Please make sure you give the video a thumbs up if you've just joined us. And if you haven't already, you want to see more videos, remember to subscribe and click the notification bell, because otherwise it won't notify you when I've gone live or doing a video.
Susan Burby's put red rum.
Don't. This doesn't look as spooky this side. Jamie, does the hotel have a spa? I don't know, Jamie. I'm not hanging around because I'll probably get told off in a minute going, what are you doing just walking around the corridors? So we just got to find the way out at the moment. Deb said, I've never seen a ghost but went to a concentration camp near Prague when I was 10. Definitely had a strange feeling. Talking about concentration camps, Auschwitz, I think that's probably the worst place to go for weird feelings and that like that. It's horrible, especially with what went on there. Scary. I am going to be making my way out of the hotel in just a moment. We're going to be heading next to Norwich Cathedral, which of course is one of the biggest cathedrals in England. It also has quite a few interesting ghosts.
Stuart Spink says, I have stayed at that hotel and never seen a ghost. And Katie Brame is in the chat as well. So hello to Katie. No wonder it's haunted. All those people dying of heart failures, all that walking. You mean because it's amazing?
But I mean, it just goes to show, how old this hotel is. The fact that I think they could be original windows. I could be wrong, but it's 800 years old. And this is like what would have been a smoking room back in the day. And the detailing of that part of the road of Norwich towards Tombland and Elm Hill, and you've got the old wooden windows, you just feel like you're stepping back in time. It's amazing.
It is a really nice building though, isn't it? I like these hotels that have got these old quirky effects, don't you?
I don't think they're quirky effects. I think it could be original wooden...
No, not effects, sorry.
Windows. So there you go, there I am. Sorry about the coat I'm wearing tonight. It's not very showbiz.
I bought you that for Christmas.
It's still Hollister.
Yeah. Oh, you always moaned about a coat I bought you and said that it hurt your neck.
So that was the Maids Head Hotel here in Norwich. Do you think it's haunted? Let us know.
In the comments. Let us know.
Okay, so we're going to just quickly walk across the road and not try to get run over. So this area here is Tombland, and the house that you can see in front of us that apparently now is is it an escape room or something?
I've never I don't know. Last time we walked around there, I think someone told us it was an escape room, wasn't it?
It is, yeah.
Or has it got a sign on it now? But
no,
before that, I never knew that it was an escape room. I never even knew what an escape room was, actually.
And apparently also one of the most haunted houses in Norwich is down here on the right-hand side.
What's
the
that say?
Augustine House.
What does that say on the wall?
And apparently it's haunted by a lady dressed in black. It's quite dark down here, so I don't know how far I can... There's normally a light on, which is a bit of a shame. I'll put some ghosts up just to...
Yeah,
you missed him, Gabby.
Why not? I saw it. Melissa Phillips is in the chat. She says, hi, Tim and Gabby. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween to you.
Happy Halloween.
Melissa is from the States, and in the States, they go crazy for Halloween. Have you had lots of trick-or-treaters at your house, Melissa?
They do go crazy. We're getting bigger for Halloween. I mean, like, when you walk around some of these streets, you feel like you could be in London, actually, but the old streets of Norwich, and you can think about, the 900-year history that some of these streets have seen and stuff like that. Sorry, I'm walking in front of people. It's really spooky. But Norwich Cathedral is next where we're heading to. But some of the churches around Tombland as well are very old. And again, if you love history, just walk around here. Some of these churches just date back to like 1600, 1700. It's mental.
I know, it goes back so far. Sue Harrison says that she was part of a paranormal team, seen lots of spirits, felt and heard them, so yes, she believes in ghosts. Jane Oxley said, seen a ghost in a friend's house, must have been the previous deceased owner in the house. I'm getting chills reading that. Going up the stairs while I was on the telephone in the hall, never forgot it. Ooh. I don't know why, but I got a little bit of a shiver down my cheek when I read that.
Your cheek? Which one?
This one on the left. Does it matter?
Didn't mean
Were you
that.
talking about my bum cheeks?
I was for a second, yeah. So just
Be
tucked
naughty,
away,
Tim.
here in the right-hand side of your picture is Norwich Cathedral, and it's lit up tonight, looking spectacular. I love this entrance to Norwich Cathedral. It looks so dramatic. So, why are you laughing about that? Norwich Cathedral here right now.
I was laughing at Darren Palmer. He said the only spirits I see are the ones that go down my neck.
Well, you don't see him probably, do you? So, like Norwich Castle, Norwich Cathedral has a long and storied history going back almost 1,000 years. So it's not surprising there's been several ghost sightings here, including a bishop, a local hero, a Catholic priest, and a mystery woman.
Ooh,
One of the
woman, eh?
Yeah, look at this. The lights are turning
Bit on the
green.
side.
Look, just for Halloween. How good is that?
That does look really good.
So let's talk about the ghosts then. Apparently, one of the cathedral's ghosts has actually been captured in a photo taken in 2015 by a woman called Kerry, and it shows a ghostly figure that looks like a bishop clad in long robes and a tall hat. She believes it was one of the bishops buried within the cathedral grounds. And I don't know if you know much history, Gabby, but back in the days...
Why would you presume I wouldn't?
Well, a lot of bishops and also priests and that, sometimes they would be buried within the cathedral grounds. It's something to do with the history, and it's something going back a long time. Did you know that?
No, actually, I didn't.
Yeah, now you do.
Yeah, now I do. But can I just say, when you reading it out, like a bit about the spookiness, can you put like a bit of a scary tone to your voice? To
Am I
try and
not
make it a bit
scaring you
more
enough?
scary?
Okay.
No,
Right.
it sounds too you. You know what I
Okay,
mean? Like,
right.
don't get me wrong. That's a compliment because you're not a scary
Look at these.
person.
Look how spook. Hang on, Gabby. Wait. We're going to look through here. You don't want to, but you know you want to. What would you do now? Something?
There is something walking.
No, that's just a shadow.
Oh.
So the burning woman. Apparently, there have been sightings
That's
of a
it!
mysterious.
Like that!
All right, let me go on.
Okay.
A mysterious woman who floats around the cathedral grounds. People have said that there is a cloud or mist around her.
Ooh.
It's thought to be smoke, which is what gives the burning woman her name. And as I just said that, the lights have gone off.
That's spooky. That's because you did it in that tone. Let me
Is
do
that
the
reason?
next one.
Okay,
see if I can top
I'll
you.
see if you can read it. So yeah, that was the amazing Norwich Cathedral, which is always lit up at night, and for Halloween as well with that green, looks spooky. But now it's all been switched off.
Michael Horner, a big thank you to you for your super chat. He said this goes towards the cost of the call to Ghostbusters.
Thank you very much.
But we don't need Ghostbusters because we're brave.
Just gotta
we got
say,
Smidge.
Roger Smith says, I was a prison officer at Norwich Prison in the old wing. It was the old laundry where there was a female ghost. She apparently had committed suicide by throwing herself into one of the tubs of boiling water. Blimey.
It boiling water.
Jonathan, stop spamming the channel. You will get timed out.
Oh dear, oh dear.
So we're going to walk down now to something or a shop in Norwich. Some of you may or may not have heard about 19 Magdalene Street and why it's very spooky. There you go. That's where we're just in there. Look how old the window frame is. You can see that from the
Yeah,
from
the
walking
whole
down
thing
here.
looks old. Even the furniture. I can imagine smacking one of them chairs and loads of dust coming out.
In fact, actually, do you remember the old Cliff Hotel in Galston?
Yeah.
That happened there, didn't it? I remember that. I remember that in the front room, really old, and I used to do that, and dust used to go everywhere. It was disgusting. I'm sure they don't now because it was taken over. Just by the left then, that's Elm Hill. If you missed any of the video, by the way, feel free to rewind. If you are watching this on replay, feel free to leave us a spooky comment and tell us about any experiences that you may or may not have had walking around the streets of Norwich, because as you know, it's a city that is thousands of years old and has got a long and spooky history. We will be going up towards Tombland, where when they were redoing some work...
There's a ghost.
Is that a ghost? No. He's not. He's moving out of the way.
No,
Ghost wouldn't move out of the way.
He's real. I'm loving hearing all the stories tonight. I'm loving it. Roger Smith says, I was a prison officer at Norwich Prison.
I've said this. You missed that,
How
Gabby.
the hell have I missed that?
I don't know, because you're in your own world.
I was probably looking at this sweet, wishing I could eat it.
KK Crispy, Shrewsbury Prison is great. Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to go around there, Crispy. Otherwise, I definitely would. So we're walking up towards Magdalene Street in Norwich. By the way, the river that runs through here, I will come back to this and tell you some stories about how witches used to be dunked in there to see if they were witches.
Ooh. The Bard says, I lived in a haunted house for 12 years, Tim. Oh my God, how did you cope? Did you have any creepy experiences? Let us know. Really want to know.
Me and Gabby, we live in a cottage that's about 150 years old.
It's
And
not
touch
haunted,
wood.
though.
Touch
and
wood.
if it is, it's not anything that bothers us.
Yeah.
Well, we think sometimes we're haunted, but it's just the neighbours knocking, because they are knockers.
You do, yeah. I do apologise. Gabby can't resist eating a sweet whilst
I'm
we're...
not chewing it. I'm just sucking it.
Yes, I know, but you've got to remember, when we've got a microphone on, it picks up
You can't-
everything.
Can you not tell that I'm sucking a sweet? I bet you can't. I just want to prove you wrong that I can do this.
Okay, so we're on Magdalene Street right now, and we're walking up towards 19 Magdalene Street. Now, you were going to read this out, Gabby, and you're going to read it in a spooky
okay,
way.
I'm excited.
Because you want to get involved.
I've got a roll.
244 thumbs up,
There ain't any complicated words, is there?
538 people watching concurrently. Almost 2,500 people have been watching so far this evening. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up. It helps me out enormously. You ready, Gabby?
Hang on a minute. Is that word facade or what does that
Facade.
say? It's facade. Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to check before I look like an idiot. Although I've made myself look like
So
an idiot.
Gabby's
already.
going to tell you all about 19 Magdalene Street. Now,
Okay, baby.
this is it's very short, so Gabby can't get this wrong. There has been lots of reports of spooky goings on in the shop next door to 19 Magdalene Street as well. And in fact, this alley spooks have been seen here as well.
Can I say it then now?
Go on then.
Okay. The antique shop with its blue facade may look like a normal shop, but it's definitely one of the most haunted places in Norwich. There have been reports of odd occurrences in the building over the years that have led to many businesses vacating the property. I sound a bit like Mystic Meg, didn't I?
Yeah, and I tell you what's really interesting is I don't know how long this particular one has been here for, but this is number 19 Magdalene Street, and yes, so people have been in here and they haven't stayed too long. I don't know how long the current owners have been in, but look at that in the window. Little witch or a goblin or something. Spooky, right? Let us know in the comments if Gabby was reading that well. I'm trying to look in the windows there. Does anyone live above that? I don't think so. Can you see a face or anything? That's freaking me out. I can't look.
Look hard enough, you probably will. Chandler Bing Bong, do you want to hear a joke?
Go on then.
A scary one. Where do ghosts go on holiday? You got to answer.
I don't know.
Tim. The Bahamas.
Brilliant. So this is what's really great,
Don't think
walking
he was that
around.
impressed.
No, I wasn't. Walking around Norwich, and you see parts of the cathedral lit up at night. This river is said to have been the site of a lot of dunkings back in the Victorian and actually beyond that on the quayside, where they used to test to see if they were witches. So what they would do, apparently, if someone was accused of being a witch, they would dunk them down here on the quayside. What is the thing? I can't remember now. I apologise. I don't know whether witches float or if they drowned. I don't know. But if they floated or something like that, then they would then go to the marketplace, or what is the marketplace now, and they would actually get hanged.
I can't
So it's
remember.
like there was no way out of it,
You did say
really.
this last year, didn't you?
There's no way out of it,
Remember.
basically. So they were dunked in the water, and if they drowned, obviously they probably lost their lives. But if they managed to survive, they then got hung in the marketplace. So if you look up here, you can see some scary shadows. That's actually a ghost walk that is going on in Norwich at the moment. It is a horrible thing to do, Jane, and yes, let's face it. Back in the day, some awful things
They
awful
did
things
some
go on
harsh
now.
things, didn't they?
Yeah, but a ghost tour. If we be quiet, we might hear something. Hang on. There you go. And you just heard him saying what I was saying. Dean says, if they look at that spooky Norwich Cathedral there, I love that when you get glimpses of it and you walk down these streets. If they drowned, it meant they were a witch, so if they survived, they hung them anyway. Yeah, I know, Dean. Weird.
Harsh.
People used to think would never happen now. I hope. Gabby, we want more Gabby's spooky voiceovers.
Who said that?
We'll do that in just a moment.
Did someone say that, or did you just say that?
I tell you what, we'll do it for the next one, the next location. We're coming up actually to one of the oldest pubs in Norwich. Some say one of the oldest pubs in England. What is absolutely mind-blowing about this particular pub that we're going to see is it dates back to 1249.
Ooh.
Well, not just that it's spooky, but I mean this pub is so old. I mean, I know there's some Americans in the chat, and I know you guys love British English history and old stuff. We don't all live in castles, but I tell you what, there's some very old buildings that are very old around England, and this pub that we're going to, it's so pretty. And you do feel like you're in a bit of a movie set. Have you ever been to this pub, the Adam and Eve pub?
It's probably the only pub I haven't been to.
Have you heard about it?
Think so.
It is said to be the most haunted.
I don't know the history behind it. I've heard it mentioned before.
It is the most haunted in Norwich. And we're just walking behind...
You handed my card, didn't Tim?
I don't think they do music, Gabby. You'll see why in a minute.
Okay.
We're just walking around behind the cathedral. It's so spooky, though. I don't know who lives in these. Obviously, all these buildings around here, I don't know who particularly lives in those, but always spooky walking around there. An 11th century pub, obviously. Yes, definitely.
Charles Stanmore has said the Pendle Witches at Pendle would make a good location for Halloween maybe next year, Tim.
I ain't going there.
Well,
I've
I'll
heard
come
about
with you. I'll
that.
hold your hand. Me
Okay.
and Thumper will go.
Right, Gabby, what we're going to do is, so I'm going to walk around the building. I will briefly walk into this pub. This pub is so tiny. And what is also unique about the pub is there's loads of little rooms. So it's not like a pub where you go in and then there's just like the bar and then the room. There's like 2 or 3 little off rooms as well. So, Gabby, over to you.
Sounds like the pub I sang in last night.
Over to you.
Adam and Eve pub. The Adam and Eve dates back to 1249. It is the oldest pub, don't laugh, in Norwich, and is haunted by the ghost of Lord Sheffield, who fought in Kett's rebellion. The English nobleman who led the king's forces against the rebels was stabbed during battle on the 1st of August 1549. Other fighters brought him to the Adam and Eve pub, where he died. At the pub there may have been many reports of hearing footsteps, getting tapped on the shoulder, feeling someone running fingers through their hair, but then no one to be seen. Hang on, where am I? Many think it is a ghost of Lord Sheffield. If you do visit the Adam and Eve, do not leave any items unattended. Car keys, cigarette lighters and mobile phones have disappeared, only to reappear in the spot they have been lost in a few days later.
It is a very
Did I do
spooky
well?
pub. Very well. Did you like Gabby's voice over there? I thought it was very good. By the way, if you want to do a Norwich Ghost Walk, they actually depart from this specific spot, and it just starts here outside the Adam and Eve pub. It is so tiny, and it's hard to believe when you look at the upstairs. I mean, you can literally stretch up there. You probably don't even need to walk any stairs. You could just probably lift yourself up. But I'm going to briefly walk in here. It is very small. We'll get a very short glimpse because I don't want to interrupt people having their Saturday night. Here we go. So there's 2 bars. There's one bar down there and another bar there, and there's 2 little rooms off it as well. But so much history in there. But yeah, don't leave your personal, like your phone, your keys or whatever, because they may go missing.
That is scary.
You
Mine
never,
go missing
Gabby's,
anyway, to be
Gabby's not
fair.
even watching the video. You missed that. It's a really lovely pub.
I didn't miss it at all. I was reading the paragraph, and
Yeah, you missed the video.
There's some scary stories coming in. Sven Sebastiana. I was in an old factory which I saw a ghost in broad daylight. It looked like a shadow with human features and walked about 10 feet in front of me. Someone must have really hated working there.
Spooky.
That's probably why my workplace is caked in ghosts and all.
So let's get to 300. Hit that thumbs up, it helps us out enormously. It shows the video to more of my subscribers that may not have seen the notification. If you are watching this on replay, of course, tell us in the comments if you've ever been to the Adam and Eve pub. It's a lovely pub, and if you've noticed anything spooky in there. Right, we're going to be walking now towards Tombland, just to talk about Tombland a little bit further. And also, of course, Norwich Castle, which is haunted by loads of ghosts, because apparently Norwich Castle, I say apparently, Norwich Castle did used to be a prison back in the 1300s. Quote me if I'm wrong, anyone who knows history. More back.
Oh, I like it.
So this is Tombland. Now, you may have been here before. Some very nice little eateries and drinks, and rather recently they've been doing some roadworks here and digging up all the road, and it was in the local news actually that they discovered a mass burial here. I believe it was a plague pit or something like that. So I mean, the word Tombland has got it just sounds scary, doesn't it, Gabby?
It's well, actually, yeah, that is a scary title. Digital Alley said, my house in Ipswich was haunted. I used to have scratches all over my back, me and my wife's back, blood scratches.
Wow.
Then I left in 2000 and came to Leicester.
Blimey. So yeah, you can see some of these. The original lights in Tombland are still here. Look, it's a bit bust, but that's a real light that used to be here in Tombland for years. It's been here. If you go left here as well, you go into the cathedral. And it's quite a nice grand entrance, but also spooky. There's a little door there to the left as well. The smallest door ever.
Kerry says looks like a swingers club.
Which?
I think he means Zzz's.
Oh. Well, I wouldn't want to say, would you know that then? I love the green lights for Halloween. Do you like the green lights for Halloween, Gabby?
Yeah, I do, but they do look like Christmas lights, to be fair.
There you go, Tombland behind us in Norwich, one of the most haunted streets in the country.
Actually, Jacqueline Beavis has actually said that they've been to the Adam and Eve and loved it. And Andy Boardman said the Adam and Eve has great spirit.
527 people watching concurrently.
Was that really a joke?
Please make sure you give the video a thumbs up. I think it was a bit of both.
Oh.
Nick W says, yeah, what a great name. So John Major, where's the Swingers Club?
Do you want to go?
Are you asking someone else to go to the Swingers Club, Gabby? Come on.
Please don't. That was not a proposition.
Good.
I just wondered if his intentions were to go.
We're just walking up to one of the old television buildings here in Norwich, Sale of the Century and all that stuff. Look, some spooky mist going around. I don't know where that's coming from. But yeah, scary. This is the old TV studios of Anglia TV. And apparently they're haunted as well by a cameraman. I don't know, I've never heard of that before, but I'm just reading it here. Anglia TV studios apparently haunted by the ghost of a cameraman that once fell to his death on a lighting what? I've never heard of that before.
Linda says,
Crispy, keep it on point. What are you talking about?
Was you talking about Christmas?
No, he's saying, did anyone have a roast today?
No, we're eating trick-or-treat sweets. Linda.
So we're walking up towards the castle right now. Gabby literally cannot hold her sweets. She's like trying to eat while we're doing a talk on the mic. It's not good. I told her how sensitive the mic is, so if you hear her, I apologise.
I'm so sorry. I am pregnant though.
Lad Mob, what do you mean? This is a live stream because I'm voicing it now and it's live. It's almost 7 o'clock, but it's recorded so we can discuss it, and also because this has many signal problems. And I know that a lot of people like to watch it in 1080p, and sometimes my phone cannot deliver that. Hello, Sean. No, Crispy Pizza. No, stop it. 561 watching, 321 thumbs up. If you've missed anything so far, like the spooky hotel that we just walked into, or Tombland, or indeed Elm Hill, don't forget you can rewind the video if you're watching this on replay.
Second that.
Too busy eating. So we're going to be walking up to Norwich Castle. Now, first of all, Norwich Castle, it used to be an old prison back in the day. And it's now a museum, but it has a very big, dark history. There are many ghosts that apparently haunt Norwich Castle. Apparently there is a floating skull that is seen around the grounds. But it also has been the gallows. It was used as a site for public hangings. And there are several ghosts that actually haunt it. A mythical king and a rebel leader and a woman who was hung for murdering her husband. We will get to the entrance of it. You've just got to walk around the bus stops here at the moment, so... Lad mob, do the idea. That's what I do. I tell you what, because it's sometimes when you know you want to do an area where the signal is a little bit dodge, and you can do it like this, and then you can just voice over it, and it's much. Obviously, I do a mixture. By the way, if you want to know when I'm next live, I will be live on Tuesday night. Hopefully, you'll be able to join me for that live as well. But you can see the castle coming into view now. They're doing some work on it, so the castle's actually been shut, but we'll talk about some of the ghosts, and I'll hand over to Gabby because she can again talk about the ghosts in a much more spookier way than I can.
Okay.
Jim says, yeah, several ghosts, no longer scared of them, seeing them as better treating to oneself compared to humans.
True.
Who is it who said you should be more scared of the living than
Me?
you should be of the dead?
I said that to you.
It depends on what kind of experience you've had in the past. Did this used to be an
Said it's not
old
the ghost you were worried about, it's a
entranceway?
living.
Was that an old entranceway back in the day? I don't know. But Norwich Castle has been lit up a lot, and there's also they do some of that 3D morphing on the castle at times, especially around the Lord Mayor's procession and stuff like that. But Gabby, over to you from there.
While Norwich Castle is...
No, from there.
Oh, right. Where? Point.
From there.
From time.
Yeah.
From time to time, there have been sightings of a floating skull around the castle keep. It seems only to be visible for a few moments before it disappears. The skull is believed to be Robert Goodale, who was... hang on... hanged at the castle in 1885 for murdering his wife. Somehow, when he was hung, his head was separated from his body like it had been cut off by a knife.
So that's interesting. So apparently just a skull is supposed to be seen around here. And it is very spooky to be walking around Norwich Castle because it is such a... almost like a gothic in some parts building, and you walk underneath this bridge and it is just like, it's just really spooky. No one else was around either, so I was kind of getting a little bit spooked out. There is some stairs, I don't know if you can see that, but they were locked up, so I didn't go up there. Thank you, Foxy B, as well, sorting out Catherine. What is she going on about?
Yeah, I was going to say, like, how many times has she been deleted?
And also, there's a door here, Gabby. Look, this is what make all these medieval buildings and stuff like that. It makes you think, why?
It's probably just a toilet, like that lady said.
Lad Mob, thank you very much for your... Is that £5, I think? Your super chat. You're welcome, buddy. Hope all is good. You're in Istanbul at the moment. Are you going to be in London next week? Because I'm in London on Tuesday. Oh, here's another hotel, Gabby, that's mostly haunted in Norwich.
What, the Bell?
The Bell Hotel, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Apparently there is... Because obviously it used to be... Is it still a hotel? It is still a hotel. Is it just a pub?
I don't know, but I didn't know that.
Yeah, apparently it's there's a couple of spooks in here. Now, I was trying to find some research about one of the particular rooms, but there wasn't anything. But parts of the building date back, look, as early as the 15th century, which is crazy. It was the headquarters for the Hellfire Club, and throughout the 18th and 19th century, revolutionary groups used to meet here. Fascinating history, from 1943 till the end of the World Wars as well. So definitely worth checking out.
I honestly didn't know that, so that's something I have learned today.
If you're enjoying the spooky video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. Can we get to 400 by the end of the video? That would be great.
331 likes. We've got 542 watching. That's pretty cool.
And don't forget as well, if you want to see another live, I'll be live on Tuesday because November is going to be my London month. but also sporadically some other videos, but mostly predominantly on London, where I'll be taking a look at some of the big London attractions. And on Tuesday night, hopefully you'll be able to join me walking around London town and through the city of London as they gear up for their Christmas lights switch on, and no doubt we'll probably see a few Christmas lights going up. I know it'll be November, so at least Halloween's away. But I tell you what, the Murderers, this pub also is very haunted. The Murderers pub, this is claimed to be one of the oldest pubs in Norwich. So if you bear that in mind with the pub that the Adam and Eve, which one is supposed to be older at Timber Hill? I don't know. Spooky, isn't it?
No.
Have you ever been in there?
No. I did. I think I sent my card to them once. But
No, I said, have you been in there? Not sang in there.
No.
Well, I hope you enjoyed tonight's spooky Halloween walk in Norwich, ending up here at a aptly named the Murderers Free House, which also used to be called the Gardener's Arms. It's a very spooky place, but also loads of history in here as well.
Tell you what, I do want to just thank our mods, because this evening they have been proper on the ball, haven't they?
Yeah, thank you very much, mods, for doing your superb job. As always, thank you to channel members. Really do appreciate everything you do, supporting the channel and the like. Don't forget, give the video a thumbs up. And if you missed any of this, remember you can go back and watch it from the start, as we visited Elm Hill, Norwich Castle, the Adam and Eve pub, 19 Magdalene Street, Norwich Cathedral, the Maids Hotel, and more. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you live on Tuesday.
And thank you for your ghostly stories.
Yeah, thanks very much, everyone. Channel members,
watching.
your time to shine's coming up.